Nathaniel Hawthorne, young Goodman Brown. Get ready to dive into the haunting tale of Young Goodman Brown by Nathaniel Hawthorne, where the reader is taken on a mysterious journey into a twilight forest of self-discovery and moral confrontation. As Goodman Brown ventures deep into the woods of Salem, he encounters unsettling truths about his forebears and neighbors that challenge his puritanical values. This book summary will explore core themes such as religious hypocrisy, the duality of human nature, and the inevitability of evil's presence in mankind. Through a narrative that weaves through suspicion, skepticism, and the disillusionment of Goodman Brown, we're invited to question the veneer of societal morality and consider the inevitable darkness lurking beneath. Expect to unravel complex notions in a concise, engaging manner, gaining insights into Hawthorne's critique of moral righteousness and rigid dogma in a society striving for purity.
Into the dark woods. As dusk settles over Salem, young Goodman Brown is engulfed in a foreboding aura as he departs from his home, leaving behind his distraught wife, Faith. A veil of mystery surrounds his destination, yet he plunges into a dark forest with sinister intent. The parting glance of his wife worries Goodman Brown, leading him to suspect that Faith might grasp the true nature of his errand. Despite his internal turmoil, he ventures deeper into the twilight woods, fearing malignancy lurking behind every shadowy tree. In the depths of this haunting landscape stands a man who curiously resembles Goodman Brown, clad in formal attire and exuding an enigmatic presence marked by worldly wisdom. A peculiar staff, crafted to resemble a snake, imbues his figure with an eerie aura. As night cloaks them, this mysterious man, who seems to have been anticipating Goodman Brown's arrival, extends an invitation to use his snake-like staff to hasten their journey. Hesitant, yet increasingly wearied by the path, Goodman Brown protests, proclaiming the virtuous nature of his ancestry. Unexpectedly, the man reveals unsettling knowledge about Goodman Brown's family. He recounts disturbing events involving Brown's forefathers that unravel the young man's illusion of his lineage's moral purity. Despite Goodman Brown's self-assured declarations of their righteousness, he learns that his father conspired with this enigmatic figure during the destruction of an indigenous village, and his grandfather publicly punished a Quaker woman. Such revelations shatter Brown's idealized perception of his religious heritage. Compounding his inner conflict, Goodman Brown glimpses Goody Cloyce, a woman held in high regard for her piety within the community. Bewildered by her familiarity with the mysterious man, Brown hides to avoid being spotted. In their brief but telling interaction, Goody Cloyce references Goodman Brown's grandfather, revealing deeper ties between her and the enigmatic stranger. Suddenly, in a surreal moment, as the man casts his sinister staff to the ground, Goody Cloyce vanishes, leaving Goodman Brown more perplexed than ever. Through this eerie journey, Hawthorne critiques the Puritan community by highlighting its hypocrisy and self-righteous naivete. Goodman Brown's naive belief in the inherent goodness of himself and his ancestors is contrasted sharply with his willingness to embark on a morally dubious path. His forest trek symbolizes the struggle between perceived purity and the seductive pull of temptation. By revealing the dark deeds of Brown's forebears and the enigmatic connection between a respected figure like Goody Cloyce and the stranger, Hawthorne lays bare the unsettling truth about human nature. The story echoes with the unsettling notion that despite our devout facades, we are fueled by desires we barely comprehend, a chilling reminder of the disconnect between our noble ideals and our inherent susceptibility to darkness. Embracing humanity's duality. Goodman Brown's journey begins with hesitation, a pivotal moment as he confronts the dual nature of humanity. He stands at a crossroads, conflicted about continuing with the enigmatic traveler who offers him a seemingly innocuous walking stick, an object symbolic of Brown's own impending moral dilemmas. Alone in the forest, he overhears familiar voices, including that of Deacon Gookin, a supposedly virtuous spiritual guide, which fills him with despair over his community's collective plunge into darkness. In the depths of his sorrow, Goodman Brown clings to the hope of maintaining his faith for his beloved wife. Yet, even this is shattered when he perceives Faith's voice amidst the forest's shadows. Overcome by disillusionment, he resolves to witness the culmination of his journey, driven by a growing sense of hopelessness as he grips the maple staff. With his heart racing in turmoil, he finds himself drawn to a clearing lit by the ominous glow of burning pine, where shadowy figures dance and vanish in the firelight. A commanding voice demands the presentation of new converts, and Goodman Brown, sensing a sinister kinship with those around him, steps into the clearing. A dark-robed figure welcomes him, urging him to confront the truth that humanity's core is intertwined with wickedness and that evil is man's true source of happiness. As Goodman Brown surveys the crowd, he is devastated to see faith among those about to surrender to malevolence. His plea for her to resist echoes through the flames, just as a powerful gust of wind obliterates the scene. In this critical moment, the narrative uncovers the hypocrisy of Salem's seemingly righteous society, revealing its secret fixation on witchcraft and the occult. Through Goodman Brown's harrowing experience, Nathaniel Hawthorne delves into the theme of Puritan hypocrisy, illustrating the disparity between public piety and private sins. The story urges readers to acknowledge the intrinsic struggle within every person, the capacity for both good and evil. Until these dual aspects of our nature are reconciled, genuine moral integrity remains elusive, and lives remain fraught with insincerity in superficial virtue. The downfall of Goodman Brown. After that fateful night in the forest, Goodman Brown returns to Salem, but nothing feels the same. The familiar sights and sounds, the minister preparing his sermon, Deacon Gukin's prayers, Goody Cloyce instructing a child, are no longer comforting. Instead, they deepen his distress. Goodman Brown wanders the village, gripped by turmoil and distrust, questioning the true nature of those around him. The visions of people he once revered engaging in sinful acts haunt him, leaving him unsure of what was real. Seeing his wife, Faith, again should have been a moment of joy, but doubt consumes him. He cannot return her affection, as he believes he has seen the darkness lurking within her and everyone else. This suspicion and inner conflict taint the rest of his life. Goodman Brown isolates himself, increasingly skeptical and joyless, unable to trust the alleged piety of his peers. Each church service and family prayer only fuels his suspicion, reinforcing his belief that he is surrounded by hypocrisy. Goodman Brown's life becomes a testament to the destructive power of rigid ideology and disillusionment. His inability to reconcile a strict moral code with the imperfections of humanity leads to profound misery. Doubt sows seeds of mistrust in his heart, overshadowing his faith and love. Even at the end of his days, bereft of joy and hope, his tombstone reflects the grim outcome of his inner turmoil, marking a life devoid of any consoling belief. Goodman Brown's journey illustrates the peril of harsh judgments and the inevitable disappointment that follows when the frailty of human nature shatters idealistic beliefs.
Nathaniel Hawthorne's Young Goodman Brown leaves us with a profound meditation on the perils of self-righteousness and the human capacity for evil. As Goodman Brown's night in the forest unfolds, he faces the disillusionment of discovering the hypocrisy within his spiritual community, a revelation that ultimately traps him in a life of bitterness and distrust. By exploring these themes, Hawthorne offers a powerful critique of Puritanism's superficial adherence to morality against the underlying sinful tendencies of human nature. Throughout the story, we learn that rigid ideals can shatter under the scrutiny of reality, leaving scars of skepticism and melancholic discontent. The tale implores readers to embrace a more nuanced understanding of human virtues and vices, cautioning against the dangers of uncompromising dogmatism. Ultimately, the story serves as a timeless reminder of the complexity of human nature and the necessity of acknowledging our multifaceted selves.